How is everybody? I'm sorry about that. Oh. Uh so yesterday we popped in for a quickie. It was 15 minutes or so. I was burnt down. I'm semi burnt down now. Um my day was essentially going to get um vaccinated and doing my taxes because I'm late. Got it in under the wire. Woohoo! Uh that's what we like to see. Um and yeah, so it was nice today, man. It was really nice today. It was really, really nice today. Uh, Everyone is talking still about the Ukraine, and no one's asking the obvious questions about it, like why is it so racist, and why are you funding them? It doesn't make any sense that you're funding them. You should have dealt with. You should have dealt with Putin before, but all these American oligarchs are in bed with them. American oligarchs, you like that, right? They're only talking about Russian oligarchs. Look, they let the Russians come into England and start buying up soccer teams and living high and swank. Look, they make their money from your enemy as they lie up in your comfort zones because they couldn't do that there. Why do you allow it? Now all of a sudden, the whole place is crazy. So yeah, Third World War. All right, makes sense to me. Uh, I don't know. So my phone is charging 54. That's it. All right. All right. So there's some things yesterday that I popped in. I said we talk about it. One is Buck, right? Political donor Ed Buck gets 30 years, but I think we've said enough. He was preying on poor people. But that's not new, is it? Of Feinstein, uh, mental health. She responded to it, but she's 80. She should just go. Um, Cops shot a guy in the head while kneeling on him. That didn't make any sense. And yeah, I think we're back at it. You know what we're gonna read though? We're gonna read the teens. The teens. We're not gonna read that. Perfect. We're gonna read about these young men. I was playing guitar earlier. It's still plugged in. Oh, it's not up. Yeah. Let's put this out of the way. I'm so bad at it. Every day I get a little better. So bad at it though, but every day a little better, a little more competent. All right. So at this rate, somewhere around 2096, I will be a good guitarist. Uh, all right. So we're gonna ask some questions about these guys who shot uh, teens. Shoot. One dead after teen with body armor shoot each other. Florida teen dead after friend wearing body armor takes turns shooting each other. Florida teen killed as boys took turns shooting with body armor. Bellevue teens were shooting each other. WESH. A Florida teen was killed as he and another. Yeah, so there's a ton of this. Do we want to read this? Because this is. Who didn't think this was. Who thought this was a good idea? Hold on. Let's do this. Let's crack that. Uh, um. Yeah. All right, let's get at it. ABC News, CBS News, The Guardian. Which one of these do we want to read? I like to find a local, but I mean, what are you gonna do, man? This is one of those stories where you just kind of go. This is why people wonder who their kids' friends are. Um, Bellevue. A Florida teen was fatally wounded while he and a friend took turns wearing body armor and shooting each other, police said. Christopher Leroy Broad, 15, died the evening of April 3rd after being rushed to a hospital, according to police in Bellevue, a community about 60 miles northeast of Orlando. Following the teen's death, investigators determined that Broad and a 17-year-old had been taking turns shooting at each other while wearing a vest which contained a form of body armor. Police news release said the 70-year-old shot Broad while he was wearing the vest, and Broad was hit, officials said. The 70-year-old was arrested Thursday and has been charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child with a firearm. You know what? Side story to this note. In Vegas, this guy, 20-year-old black guy with dreads, who was running a shop, shot at uh, shoplifters and hit a girl 8. And they're charging him with attempted murder, right? And that charge, just this is just as stupid. He gets manslaughter with a firearm. They have to write with a firearm on it versus just a flat out attempted murder charge. How you get charged, it depends on who they are, right? And what they did, I think. Uh, Attempted murder. This has more intent than the other one. But then the thing is always, well, it's different every place you go. And if it's different every place, then what is the point of fucking justice? What's the point of a central justice agency if everybody can do whatever the fuck they want? Excuse my language, right? In all these small municipalities of this great nation of America. Then what is the point? I'm confused. Taking off my socks, excuse me. Because it's good to play the rock and roll, the blues guitar, in your bass feet. All right. The 70-year-old was shot at. Should I? No, I can't turn it off because it's charging my phone. All right. I was gonna turn off my. Anyway. Uh. So they were both. First of all, you're 17 and this dude is 15. The 17-year-old was arrested Thursday and has been charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child with a firearm. That is a charge. Just charged with attempted murder. Police didn't say what kind of gun was being used or who owned it. A 16-year-old boy who witnessed the shooting initially lied to police about what had happened, according to authorities. They said the boy had been charged with providing false information to law enforcement. A 16-year-old who witnessed the shooting lied and they charged him with providing false information. Hmm. Wow, I don't even know what to say about that, right? One family has to bury their 15-year-old, and another family has to break themselves financially to keep their 17-year-old from doing life in jail. It's so, it's so. This all could have been avoided if you had raised intelligent people. I mean, who goes, hey, I've got a gun, let's shoot at each other. I've got this vet. Who does that? Right? And if someone goes, man, what are you, a chicken? And you acquiesce, who does that? So, yeah, I don't know. Outrageous. All right. To all the people, have a happy Easter. All our Jewish friends, have a good Seder, a happy Passover. The Ukraine is scanning the faces of dead Russians, then contacting their mothers. That is some brutal shit. Look, listen. It sounded like somebody was walking in snow. So as I heard there was this crunch, 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 crunch. I'm like, what is going on over there? Um, so Elon Musk wants to take over Twitter. Look, man, how are you a threat to billionaires, right? I mean, that is some wild shit. I've read a text. Someone said he's the CEO of like SpaceX and Tesla, right? He's the CEO of this mine drilling thing in California, that company, right? Uh, he's gonna take over Twitter. He's like the CEO of like five companies. He started like three of them. But yeah, the guy is yeah. So, but this is how do you? I don't even know what to tell you. How they make this money, I have no idea. So, but the idea that one billionaire is gonna punk all these other billionaires and get them running scared, I think it's interesting. Here's a quote. Inside the Kardashians' secretive new reality show. How can you have a secretive reality show? I'm tired of the Kardashians. They just seem like a sinister group of women to me at this point. California teen with autism who vanished 3 years ago is found alive in Utah. Oakland police were called to perform a welfare check. They found a woman shot dead in her apartment. Yeah, that's what welfare checks are. She was obviously not well. You're supposed to do a welfare check a little sooner than that. That's supposed to that call to the police is supposed to be followed by not followed by a gunshot, but it's supposed to be preceded by a gunshot. Yeah, they just no knock warrants have led to fatal encounters and small drug seizures, and no fucking arrests or convictions of the shooter. Some of this is incompetence. Ukrainian government says Mariupol have been wiped off the face of the earth. It's so ridiculous. It's what they're selling you. So I mean, the problem is the media. The media, the news is just the worst. Brett Phillips homered for a young fan with cancer while she was being interviewed on TV. Did he plan that? That's the thing about baseball. You can't call these things, so you're lucky to get them when you get them. Um, but people make too much of all sorts of things about baseball. Everything from pointing, right? Everything from pointing to not pointing to, but pointing at a direction to hit the baseball, like Babe Ruth famously was supposed to have done. So I don't know. I actually Midway, because apparently it's really accurate, even as it's kind of it's I can't say it's schlocky if it's accurate, even as excuse me, even as it has the feel of a large scale thing, it isn't, right. It has the feel of a big budget thing, but it's shot with like a lot of CGI and like background stuff, and so. But apparently, he took all the not all the dialogue, but he took all the incidents from after the war when they took all the shit from Japan and looked at what they did and what we did, and then right now you can go. At this battle, they were thinking this, and they were thinking this, and this general wrote in his diary that, and this general wrote in his diary that, and he did this, causing this to do that, you know. So, but when it's going on, it's only you trying to outplay your opponent in this war. But when you win, you can go, oh, this is what they did. This is how they knew all those people that they killed, right? All these American military people that the Japanese cut their heads off on the back of boats, right? Uh, it is what it is, man. Oh no, the USS Sullivan is sinking. All right, well, I'm trying to look at what to read for you, but I gotta tell you, man, um, I kind of don't have a show. I never really have a show. Uh, I just come up and talk to you about the things that's in the news. But today, my day was filled with me doing me stuff. Like I said, getting a booster and doing my taxes. Uh, Now I just want to, and it's all Ukraine. Excuse me. It is all Ukraine, all of it, all of the news. That's all that matters, apparently. Uh, Watch what this government does with your tax dollars as it sends them to everybody but you. And oh, by the way, Israel is kicking shit off again with the Palestinians. Maybe people should fucking arm the fucking Palestinians, right? I mean, what bullies love is somebody who won't or can't fight back, right? So give them a gun. This is why I'm pro gun. Because every now and then, somebody's really asking you to end them. They really are. And you can't wrestle everybody. Some people are fucking 9 feet tall and 3,000 pounds, but they're evil. You gotta deal with them somehow. So, Russia, man, I gotta tell you. I'm waiting to see what they say about I'm waiting to see what they say about Putin because I don't see how he can stay in the world's good graces, right? But again, like I said, war crimes in Chechnya, war crimes in Sarajevo, those were prosecuted, right? But after the war was over and you defeated those leaders and you've searched for them and their army was gone and then you put them in jail. Is that what's gonna happen to Russia? You're gonna take Russia on and demolish it and then arrest Putin for this? Is that what's going on? All right. Because remember, we didn't do anything to Assad, and we didn't do anything to the Israelis when they committed war crimes in Gaza, right? We didn't do anything when we, the Americans, went to Iraq, right, and then into Afghanistan, a completely different country, and just got out of there. So there's a lot of fuckery where people should be held accountable for shit, and no one does. And the people who are most likely will be are the people that you hate, right? So the people that you hate who have no power, right? I'm sure they hate Putin, but he's got power, and he's not fucking Saddam Hussein, right? You can just bomb from a distance because he doesn't have an army apparatus or anything. It really was shooting fish in a barrel. until you put your feet on the ground. And now America seems to have a no boots on the ground policy. So yeah, we'll see what happens, baby. Um, we could talk about the British sending people to Africa. Yeah, we're not you're immigrating from Europe and it's a problem, but so we're gonna send you to Africa. This is my position. You should not be taking these people. They should have to fight to make the place that they're from better. Stop coming here and then being racist, being arrogant. You don't even appreciate being here. When I say here, I'm talking about where I am, which is America. We just had a case of people who left the Ukraine and beat a gay guy damn near to death, made him blind. All three of them are charged with attempted murder. I read it a couple of days ago, right? Why were they allowed to be here? What did they offer? They just, excuse my language, but they're just white people from Europe. They weren't engineers or anything. They were racists and homophobes. And then they got here, three of them, in a house full of Ukrainians, apparently, all from and did this horrible thing. Why is the policy once you commit a crime, no one throws you? Once they do their time, they should be sent out of here. Right? That's it. 35-year sentence, 40-year sentence, then get out. Don't care if you don't know anybody. Don't care if they change the name. It's not the same country. Now you're stateless. Land them at the airport. Let them live in the airport. I mean, people are just goofy until the bottom falls out. And I was like, I wrote on someone's wall. I was like, they were showing all these dead bodies. This was like 8 days into the war. And I was like, these people were alive like last Saturday. They had plans for this weekend and next weekend. They were thinking about going on vacation. And all of a sudden, Vladimir Putin, boop, drops a bomb on an airport when they were like, yeah, maybe we should get out of here. We're going to leave? Yeah, okay, we're leaving. They're going to the airport, bam, dead by a random bomb. If they would have waited a day, they'd have been alive. You know what I mean? If they would have waited a week, they'd likely be dead. It's the idea of it is it's so wild. How to butcher a chicken for beginners. I love these farm videos, man. I really do. So we're gonna figure it out. New York marijuana farmers. Okay. Not illegal, people. Um, is obese an identity? That's a pretty good question. Is obese an identity? Your identity is obese? Is your identity skinny? Because if you're no, see, no, it can't be. Your weight is not your identity. Um, you don't lose your identity. I'm black. That's my identity, right? I identify as. What kind of bullshit is that? I hate to say it, but I mean, it lends itself to abuse. The idea of it lends itself to abuse. Um, you better watch this society. This society is always trying to categorize people. They did it with my people, and now all of a sudden you're making out of whole cloth this thing for this other group of people, and you're telling everybody that they're the victims if you don't, and you have to be on board with whatever, and you're like, what? If I had a farm, I'd get chickens, but man, butchering the chickens, I guess it goes with farming, right? So does husbandry. Is that what they call it? When you have to make more farm animals. What Brooklyn shooting suspect? Oh, that guy on the train. Yeah, I wonder, man. I wonder what happened to that guy. How did he fall that far? I don't even have anything to say. Ooh, arpeggios. All right. What do you mean it needs a chorus? All right. Well, I guess that's it. We're 20 minutes in. Uh, I guess that wraps us up, right? This is going to be a shorter one. Normally, we have stuff to talk about, and we don't have stuff to talk about. Is there a baseball game tonight? Friday night baseball. Tampa Bay versus the Sox. When is this game? All right, fine. Uh, so yeah, I guess I'm vaxxed. Do I even have this thing here? Look at that. I got a little band-aid. And did my taxes. Uh, I had that conversation with those gentlemen a couple of days ago. I've been thinking about that ever since. Had a conversation with my homie who I think I'm going to follow his example and professionalize up my whole deal so there won't be 15 unauthorized 15-minute drops and daily vids like this, right? Uh, and like I said, I got to clean up this room. I've been saying I'm going to clean up this room forever. And it's all same old, baby, baby. All right. Thanks you guys for coming through. If you watched this, it's tax day. Do your taxes. It's Friday. Do your Friday, and it's the weekend. Do your weekend. Well, I guess we're ending the show 46 minutes early. You guys get a parole, baby, baby. So that means the show was a half an hour. Yeah. Can't hate on it. Yesterday's show was a dismal mess. They'll get better. We're going to tighten it all up. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming through, for liking and subscribing. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Twitter, my Twitch, my everything. Uh, and take care of yourself. We'll see you in the next one. Next one's tomorrow, 6:30. Actually, all right. So, do I want to tell you guys this now, or should I do it later? I'll mention it a couple of times. So Saturdays at 6:30, I seem to be going through this thing. It's happened like 3 times out of the last 4 weeks. So maybe I will adjust my Friday show, which will give me a chance to test a new market, right? Maybe I'll move it to 2 to 6 or something, and it'll be a successful hour, and then I'll be doing 2 to 6s. But I really want to go to these things because I don't do a lot of stuff, and you know what I'm saying. Plus, it's around people. So yeah, Friday shows may shift. Um, I'm sorry, Saturday shows may shift. Uh, Friday shows will be as per. Saturdays may shift. Sundays are at 10 a.m. Sunday service 10 a.m. Right, um, and that's it. So yeah, it'll all get sussed, as we say. We'll see in the next one. Oh my God, I got to do something about this raggedy beard. What is this? What is this? All right. We'll see you in the next one, boys and girls. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend.